Everybody's getting that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna cover today. So it's about the schedule of Saturday, some basic and fundamental information from our track days, and what you guys gonna expect. Then we will have this space to discuss what we want to do Friday and Saturday, and then we just have questions and answers. Basically, that's it. I have all these from you guys. Is anyone this is gonna be his first track day ever?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, who said yeah?
Tony. I'm down as Ali for some reason, but it's Tony.
Oh, okay, great stuff. No, that's no problem. That's only for me to have an understanding of our situation. But more than welcome to be with us. So, and I hope that you will enjoy the experience from beginning to the end.
Yeah. I got thrown a curveball today, which I'm trying to sort out at the moment. My insurance company was supposed to cover me. They came back today and they said they weren't. So I'm trying to sort that out now at the moment. But
they don't cover you for what?
For the track day, for being on the track.
And you are with which insurance?
Oh geez, I don't know who the company is. I have a group policy with them. They said they were going to cover me, and they came back today and said that it was refused.
Oh, so, okay. Anyway, well, we'll have a long chat about it, but you shouldn't be worried. I mean, the last 3 years are the only years in which we will have cover, and before that, we all do track days without insurance. So, and our track days are super safe. But anyway, we'll have a long chat during the ferry, and you should feel comfortable with the whole situation, even if you don't get covered.
Is there only us who are on the track? Just 10 of us, or is there more?
It's 15 of us, yeah. Nobody else.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we PCI booked the track, so it's only us, and only Porsches. So there is not going to be surprises in that department. So that's what the schedule is. We want to use as much time as we want in the track as possible. So we will try to be really early there. So we have to do this is registration online and this video that I was telling you about before. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll have plenty of time to do that. So we'll get there around 7:30 before 8. At 8 they're gonna check our licenses, so don't forget to bring your license, because they're gonna check that before getting those or wristbands, and they're gonna check if you did the video or not, because that's mandatory. So with the sign on. So at 8:40 then we will have the safety briefing. We got assigned a guy. He's gonna be kind of the coach for the whole thing, and this person is the one that's going to give us the briefing, and then we all have to do the sighting labs. That's something that is mandatory, and there is no way out of those, which is great, because at the end of the day you don't know how the track conditions are, so the safety the sighting labs are good for checking the layout, and even better for checking the track situation, because it's not a high pace, and to get you familiarized with the track as well, and the surface and the runoff areas and the grass and all of that stuff. So we will do that, and then the action starts. We will have access to all the garages and a kind of meeting room as well that they have there. So there's going to be plenty of space. We'll probably be able to have like a 1 car per garage or something like that. So it's going to be great. Plenty of space for everybody. And so the action starts right after the sighting labs. It's going to be an open pit structure for the events. So for those that are used to that, well, you know how it works. For the other guys, just to give you a refresher, an open pit means that you can come in and out of the track at any time. So so the session only stops if there is an incident or a spillage or something like that. So otherwise, you are free to do as many laps as you want. We will talk later about what's the best approach for that. But basically, is come in and come out and as your leisure, basically. So we will have a lunch break 12:30, and the track will open at half one again. And from half one to five is gonna be again open pit and hopefully dry the whole session. So as you guys know, we are kind of getting used to this doing these track walks. I think they are they're the best thing next to sliced bread, if you ask me. I mean, it's just unbelievable the amount of information you can get from that, and if someone who knows the track is following that, is leading that, that's gonna be fantastic. So just trying to get the name of the coach that we're gonna have for the day is Ryan Sefferty, and Anglesey said that he he's a Porsche driver himself, so he has plenty of experience with Porsche cars, and so they were kind enough to track this guy and put it on of our service. So he is he's going to be there, and he's going to be happy to coach every single one of you of us if we want. So that's non-mandatory. That's an additional, well, that's a service that we have in every track day anyway. So so he's gonna be there, and the idea is for you guys to let me know later. Maybe when I send an email, you can reply to me. If you wanna have a coach with you, or this coach in particular. I am not an expert in Anglesey, but I'll be happy to jump with you guys as well. That's no problem. I'll be more than happy to coach, and so we can work some timetables with him. And I will probably get the people with less experience in tracks, and particularly on Anglesey, with them first in the morning. So you will let me know in that email whether you want to have a session with him and what kind of experience you have, and then I'll organize the timetable. So if we all want to have a go, we will have a go, and again, I'll be more than happy to jump with you, or for you to jump in my car if you want to get a little bit of coaching as well. That's no problem. So the question is, and I'm gonna throw the question straight away because I don't want to send an email filled by 50 questions, is whether you want to have the track walk right after they close the track for the lunch, or you want to have the track in the second half of the break after you could get some food.
Might make more sense to have it after we have a bit of lunch.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we did it after lunch, Augusto, in Mondello, didn't we? It worked well.
We did, exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's done and dusted. So that's a question less that I have to put in that email. So we'll do it at 1 p.m. And again, this is not mandatory. So if you want to have a long lunch, be my guest. That's no problem. But I will suggest to do this.
Sorry, is it a physical track walk? Actually walk around the track, or you're in a bus?
No, you drive in your car. We what we usually do is we select three corners, 3 or 4 or 2, depending on the time that we use in every corner. In the track, that are probably the most challenging, or probably where people is making more mistakes, or where you think that you're losing time. So we drive our cars without helmet to the place, and this coach will give us as much information as he can for that particular point at the track. So we are walking in that bit, but we are not walking around the whole circuit, because
right, so you drive to each corner, get out, talk about it, drive to the next one.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That picture is probably from Mondello track walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That picture is for that, and the amount of information you can get from those walks is just unreal. Because from the car you are going fast, and second, you are you're high up, but when you're walking, it's just in front of you, so you can see how the surface changes. You can see the cambers. You can see cracks on the asphalt and all of that stuff. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So okay, so let's keep going with the fundamentals of our events. We call this the thin line between bravery and stupidity, and both of them are not nice to be waiting on our shoulders. So it's counterintuitive, but the slow you take it, you're taking the way you're driving, the quicker you're gonna get, and the faster time you're gonna be posting. So it's about being aware or where is optimum to accelerate or to put a little bit of gas, how to do your braking, and how are you approaching your corners. So it's a different it's a strange balance to put together, but it's what it is making you to enjoy the whole process. Basically, it's just to be aware of a lot of things at the same time and trying to balance them at the same time. So the thing is that if you're pushing too much, or your inputs are too hard, or if you want to go fast because you just want to go fast, then you cross from bravery to stupidity, and usually it ends up in a spin, or kissing any barriers, or visiting some tires, and that's really not nice. That's not what we want. And we all make mistakes. That's totally fine, and we're trying to do our best. But it's just that the approach of my balls are bigger than everybody else, and I'm gonna be lapping everybody around like there is no tomorrow. That's probably not a nice approach. And as well, the red mist, it happened to everybody. As soon as they open that pit and people just go like bats out of hell, just take a moment or two. And with these temperatures, tires, managing your tires is key. So it's gonna be dry, but it's gonna be cold. So if your tires are not up to temperature, you're gonna end up touching the grass, and you touch the grass in Anglesey, and that's soap. That's well, even in Mondelo as well, or in Kyrgyzstan, everywhere. Anyway, so the basics for our events. So we only do overtakes on straights. We don't do overtakes on corners. So that's golden rule number one. So we call it a contract for overtaking. Is a contract between two cars, and the car that is in front being overtaken is the manager of that contract. So you want to be aware that if you're going to pass someone, you want to be aware that that person it knows what's going on around his car, in the back mainly. So what we want to happen is you realize that somebody is behind you because caught you, whatever, in whatever situation you're on track. If that person is behind you, that person is in that particular moment of time is quicker than you. So the best thing to do is to manage that contract in a safe way, which means you indicate to the guy that that you're gonna stay in the right hand side of that straight, and you use your indicators in the car, and that person realizes with that signal that he's clear to do the overtake. So he's gonna overtake you on the left hand side on a straight, and hopefully with a lot of space to brake before the next corner. So what it means is you are fully aware that somebody's passing you. You indicated to your right that person is gonna pass you, and the best thing to do is just lift. If that person is passing you, you don't need to do a drag race, or you don't need to show him how many horsepower your Porsche car has. or how quick your turbos pulls and give you power to just sped out of that person. It's just not nice. It's not safe. And if that person was quicker in that particular amount of time, just let him go and to enjoy his day. So be mindful of that. So you stay to the right. You are indicating you stay to the right, and you are indicating to just one car. I mean, if a person wants to try to pass 3 or 4 or 5 cars, the cars that are in front of the first one, they don't know what's going on. So we're talking about just 2 cars. We're not talking about multiple overpasses in one straight. So that's basically one of the main points, which is making our track days super safe. That's not to say that other events are not safe enough. But with these 2 rules of passing on the straights only and doing it as a contract between 2 cars, you are 100% sure that the person ahead of you knows what's going on, and you can do a safe maneuver and just get along and tackle the next corner in the best way that you can. So let's go to the next one.
Augusto, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
So I've only ever done Mondello. So normally we indicate to the right, and the car that's overtaking us overtakes on the left. Is that different in this one? Or is it the same?
It's the same.
Okay,
it's the
yes.
same.
So you overtake on the left.
It's a clockwise circuit as well.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
It's the same. It's the same. You indicate to
Brilliant.
the right, you stay to the right, and the person is going to pass you to the left. Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, it's about being aware. And in fairness, sometimes we are very focused in what's going on ahead of us, and you're thinking about your braking points, you're thinking about your apexes, you're thinking about your exit speed, but you're probably not checking your mirror. So one hint or one advice that I can give you is, every time, because the overtaking maneuvers happen only on straights. So every time you finish taking a corner and you're happy with a corner, you just check your mirrors, because obviously after a corner, usually you have a straight. So you just check your mirrors, and that's it. And the person who is behind you needs to be 100% sure that you see him. So it's not to put something on top of everything that you're doing, another worry, but it's just check your mirrors after you finish a corner, and that's it. Yeah, we were talking about the lifting. So the guy is passing you, just there is no need for you to go pedal to the metal, because yeah, it's not nice. You don't know the power difference in cars. You don't know what the other guy is running or whatever. So at the end of the day, if he reach you there, and just let him go, and that's it. And the car that is coming behind, just be aware of the speed difference that both cars can have. So you don't want to be too close, because if you're probably too close, the other guy lifts and you're going to end up in the back of that car. So that's not nice. We don't want that. So just mind the gap in speed, and mind the gap between you and the guy in front of you. So the next one is about flags. This presentation I'm going to share as well. It has, you're going to see in later slides, the position of every flag station. So it's usually they give you good reference points along the track, but as well as you need to be aware where those flags are, because the importance of those flags. I'm not gonna touch the flag subject in this one, because we will have to have a look at a video on the registering process, and we're gonna have a briefing on Saturday. So it's not and I don't want to spend here 1 hour speaking. I need to pack as well. So, but my point is that every time somebody shows you a flag, be mindful and just wave at that guy, just to let him know that you see him, right? It's just a courtesy. You don't have to do it, but is showing awareness. You're showing awareness that you saw the flag, and hopefully you will understand what that flag means. So just give your man or your girl a little wave, and and in that way you are showing him or her that you saw the flag, you know, and everybody's happy. And if you have a coach on board, that coach, his word is worth gold. So because he's more aware than you, he's not driving, and he's used to the track, and he used to what happens on a track. So if that guy is telling you to stop or to move or to do something, you just do it. Okay. He's the sheriff when he's on board. So back to the driving, back to the or passion. So braking. Maybe some of you guys have a lot of track experience, or you have done racing on and or you done karting or whatever. But we're keeping it basic here, which is straight line. This is where we braking. We're braking. We are not braking on corners. If you guys don't have experience on track days, or you're just get this as a refresher. This is the optimal way to do it. You brake in a straight line, and you are controlling the speed of the car while you are in a straight line. If you start turning that wheel, you're adding another variable that is gonna make things more complicated. So just keep it on a straight line, and when you reach that desired speed, start doing your turn. Now, it is important not to be. I mean, we're gonna touch the subject of being smooth, but it's not an on-off switch, so it's not just jumping your feet from the brake and stomp it to the gas, but when you are managing a car on a track, the car is waiting for you to give you inputs. The car doesn't like to be carried out by momentum on its own. So the car needs to know where you're pointing the steering and whether you're braking or you are speeding or using the gas, let's say. But the car doesn't go to coast, doesn't like to go coasting, because when you leave the car to go coasting, it's the physics that are controlling that car. It's not you, it's the law of physics. So avoid coasting. So if you are braking and you're going into that turn, as soon as you can, start feeding that throttle a little bit, so the car knows that you wanna carry some speed. If you keep the car idle, like not giving you any inputs, like you're not either braking or you're not even with your foot in the gas, then you're gonna probably end up in a spin. So just be aware of that the inputs has to be as smooth as possible, but as well as the car needs to know what you want to do, because you're not driving a Tesla, hopefully, so they don't drive themselves. So when we run track days, the track is not keeping times, it's not keeping record of your lap times. I'm not doing it. Nobody in PCI is doing it. So this is not a competition. If you want to compete, I can give you Ian's BT number, and you can just start doing your successful career in motorsports with Motorsport Island, and that'll be lovely. But we are not competing. We are not trying to figure out who is the quickest. We're just trying to improve our skills and our knowledge in that particular track. So just keep that out. And you all are welcome to give feedback to any of us in terms of if somebody is driving aggressively or somebody is just not be mindful of what's happening or not aware of what's happening, or you have been 2 laps behind the same guy, but that person in front of you is probably too busy not looking into his mirrors, or somebody's just way too aggressive. So something like that happened. Whether this is a small group or a big group, we are happy to have a chat with that particular person and keep everybody safe, because at the end of the day, that's the name of the game. We all want to get back in one piece with our cars, with less petrol and less tires and less brakes, but that's it. We don't want to have any events or accidents or that kind of stuff. So so we were talking about braking zones, and we were talking about how to tackle those. So straight line, basically. and then now is about that beautiful green line there. So we will have the apexes marked in Anglesey. The turning and the exit point of those corners, it can change, and the easy answer is it depends, and it depends on your car, it depends on your tires, it depends on your suspension setup, and it depends in your skills as well. But basically is you're gonna try to hit that apex every single time, and to do that you have to try to brake as late as you can on a straight line, and starting doing to that turning, and keep your feet feeding that gas pedal in a way that by the exit point, hopefully you will have a very good run out of that corner. Now, for the people driving manual cars, you're my heroes. I was a hero last year. I'm not a hero this year. I'm gonna use a PDK car this year. So if you drive a manual car, remember that you have a huge challenge compared to us in terms of that you need to deal with the braking on a straight line, and you need to be in the right shift before you start doing that turning, for two reasons. The first reason is the car is going to be ready in the gear that you want as soon as you want to hit the gas, which is usually before the apex starts. So that's a big task, because you have to do that in every single corner. So just make sure that you have that gear engaged as soon as little before you start turning that wheel. Because if you need to do a gear change in the middle of the apex, forget about that one. That's gone. Your exit point, the speed is going to be lower, and you probably mix that apex because one of your hands was in the gear stick rather than in the steering wheel. So just a quick one. How many of you guys have a manual car?
I'm Manuel Augusto now, coming
Very
from
good.
PDK.
Very
No, I'd be like
good.
an Aegis on the track. That's what I'd be
Not
like.
at all. No.
And Mario as well, good also.
No, not at all. Not at all. Happy to see that. Actually, happy to see that. I'm gonna miss my manual car.
We'll see if you're happy on Saturday.
Oh no, I'll be happy. Yeah, no, I'll be really happy about it. But it's a big challenge. It is a big challenge. I mean, there is a lot of things happening, and just be aware that, or keep your mindset in putting that gear before you start turning in, and you'll be fine. If I can do it, you guys can do it. So the next one is
so in reality, I assume you're working between second, third, and fourth, and no more than that. Really,
no,
is it?
yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, my GT4 was long geared anyway, but
Yes.
I don't think if I use fourth at all.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, in the back. There's a long bend that you get to fourth, but that's the only point. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, you'll be fine. But you use it once in the whole lap, so it's not that
Yes.
much. Yeah. So we are focusing on breaking points. We're focusing on passing people. We're focusing on having fun. But we need to look ahead. We need to, and that's something that having a coach helps a lot, because we are very centered in what's happening in the short term. And in the short term is braking, turning, apex, gas, and out you go. Sometimes, like in Mondello and a couple of corners here in Anglesey, you have a couple of bends that are very close to each other, and because you are so focused on the first one, you're not lifting your eyes to see what's next, and that really helps. Just think a little bit ahead. As soon as you start turning in, you saw your apex, you have to leave your head a little bit, or your eyesight a little bit, to see what is ahead and what is waiting for you. So and then, as somebody says, I don't know who said that, but it's 100% true. Your hands will follow your eyes in that regard. If you are coming out of that apex and you nailed it, and you're going to that gas pedal, if your eyesight is a little bit ahead of what's going on, whatever is coming is not gonna get you by surprise. So, and it makes more safe things, but mainly quicker. makes you quicker anyway. So and the other very important thing is you have considerable elevation changes in this circuit, something that is a premium because we don't have it here in Ireland. Our two circuits here are very flat, and in this one you're going fast. You're doing fast corners that we don't have, and the other one is the elevation changes. So if your eyes are not looking up, you're not gonna be as fast as you should be by approaching certain parts of that circuit. But it makes the enjoyment in a different level. And this is very cool in that regard. In terms of what we don't have here, this one has it by heaps. So coming back to the comment that I was doing before about the on-off switch, cars are not like that. So just be aware of that. Sometimes could be counterintuitive, and sometimes you think that you could be faster by reducing one gear. It feels faster because you probably get a little bit more torque out of that corner, but because you have more torque, maybe your inputs with the gas they become sharper in a way that if you leave in the same corner, you leave one gear up, you probably have more length in that gas pedal to play with. So it sometimes feels counterintuitive, but being smooth and leaving the car in not high revs, but low revs in a long gear, when you can feed that pedal with more confidence, the gas pedal I'm talking about, you can feed them more confident, and the car is not going to upset itself. So you know what I mean when we are dealing with a couple of corners over there in Anglesey, that it probably feels, oh no, I can take this one in second because third looks or feels a little bit slower. So when you do it like that and you feel that, oh yeah, I'm coming quicker, you're coming quicker because you think that the car is going quicker because the input in the gas pedal is sharper. But at the end of the day, you want to feed that gas pedal right after hitting that apex, and you want to feed as much as you can. So if you think about that, and you think about that you're taking that corner in second instead of third, when you're pushing that gas pedal, the car in second is going to jump out. The car in third is not going to jump out, and it's going to allow you to feed that gas a little bit more. But that's all about being smooth, and that's the word of the day for you guys today. So gear changes as well is the same. Just be gentle and have a little bit of mechanical sympathy for your car and your clutch. Needless to say, just put in the wrong gear. That's something that you always keep in the back of your mind, not doing the money change, and keep it on the power band, especially for the turbo cars. Just be aware of where that PSI indicator is, and try to keep it above 6 PSIs or a little bit more if you can. And track days are not the places to try new things in terms of techniques, like heel and towing or trade braking. I'm not talking about trade braking here, because that's not the point of this driver's briefing. We're talking about straight line braking and turning in. So if you want to try a new technique, this track day is not your event, or our track days are not an event for doing that. Same for heel and toe. It will be a waste of your time and your money trying to do heel and toe on a track day when you can practice in any roundabout at any given day, every day of your life. So don't do it on a track day, because it's going to be a waste of your time, and you're probably going to put a lot of stress in your car that is no need to. So you can master those in a different environment. In terms of driving aids for the modern cars, just be aware of them. Some of them, they could be very aggressive as well. So the PSM, I like that. Some cars, they will use a lot of your brakes and all of your tires by by using the PSM, because sometimes the computer just try to break the inner tire when you're turning in, and helping you to turn in by breaking those tires, and that's just gonna increase the wear and tear on your car. But it depends on how you're aggressive are your inputs in the car and your technique as well. I mean, we drive in different ways. So I drive with the PSM on, and I'm happy with that. I learned to drive in track days with the PSM on, so I don't disable those, but you just be aware of how they work, and make your own choice. It's totally valid whether you have it on or off or whatever. So the brake assist, you really want to turn off this one, because the cars are calculating whether it's going to be a crash or not, and on a track is different. They're not those computers are not calibrated for track day, so you don't want to have a moment in which the car thinks that you're gonna rear end the guy in front of you, and the car is gonna brake suddenly, or start using the brakes. So you don't want that. So turn that off. And the same for the line assist. It's the same. So if your car has those kind of aids, just be aware and be mindful of that they were made for the roads, that no were made for the track. So basically just keep your eyes open. So that is basically what I had to say. Now we go to the first slide, in which we said that we will just have your questions, and we can discuss the plans for Friday and Sunday, and you let me know if you have any suggestions or ideas or questions as well.
Gusto, can I ask?
Sorry, go on ahead.
All right, Gusto, can I ask you a couple of questions? What's the situation with fuel out there? Is there a petrol station?
Yes, there is. There is a petrol station. It's gonna be open all day and works on demand. So you just go there, pack your car, and then a chap comes and put as much fuel as you want.
Is there any food on site, or should we bring lunch?
Yeah. No, there is a cafe there that's gonna be open all day and mainly for lunch as well. Yeah.
Super. Thanks a million.
No problem.
So which track? Actually, there's 4 tracks there. Which one are we doing on Saturday?
We're doing the coastal.
Coastal one. Like
the coastal.
Thanks.
Yeah. The coastal is the one who has the corkscrew. So you're coming up a hill, and then you're going downhill, and is a couple of turns, quick, short, sharp turns before going to the main straight. So it's super nice. Very, very nice. Challenging, and fast, and you go to, probably you get to the highest point of the circuit, and then you start going down. But I don't know if you are familiarized with Laguna Seca. So it's okay. Well, it's a famous corner in America, and they call it a corkscrew, and this called the same because offers kind of the same environment. Yeah.
And with the ferry tomorrow morning, are we all in the same section together, or just turn up and get loaded anywhere?
Well, usually they will load us together if we are together. If we meet, let's say, queuing, so usually the first guy comes in, and then the second guy with a Porsche just park behind him, and this and that, and they will let you know in which lane to the first guy where to go, and whoever is first, just to ask them to put us in the lower deck, so we can come in first and we can come in out and to mind the height of our cars. But I have never heard that they say, no, fuck it, and just put it on top of the boat. So, but it's just about just being together. Yeah.
And are people meeting somewhere beforehand, or is it just meeting at the port?
I think minding the time, I think we just meet there. Just meet there, because you have to park your car and queue and wait. So, and then they just call you in. So I think just whoever gets there first, the second will see him and park behind him. That's it. Yeah.
And just a small.
It's like 7:30 to be there, is it? 7:30 or earlier?
Yeah, we were talking. No, I think it's earlier than that. We were just talking about it. Yeah, because
7.
La-
Okay.
the
Yeah.
last check that's the latest check-in at 7:05. So it's
Oh,
probably
geez.
better to be there earlier than that. So maybe 10 to 7 or quarter to 7 or something. Yeah.
Just a small thing, Augusto, just I'm thinking UK licenses generally have the card and then a paper element. Wonder last time, were they looking for a paper part of the license, which we don't actually have?
No, you show your card and that's it. That's a license. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Augusto, did you say earlier on you were going to cover some topics when we run the ferry? Because I'm actually getting a later ferry than ye, so I won't meet up with you till Saturday morning.
Was I? Oh yeah, but it's maybe something about the track or stuff like that. I don't think that we're gonna make any decisions without you guys. I'm gonna send an email later. I know what I said as maybe during the ferry that will send the email, but if I have the chance, I'll send it later. Just to know who wants to have a go with the coach and what kind of experience that the person has and all of that stuff. So but I will do that via email. Yeah.
And we will probably try and do a short drive on Friday afternoon. There might be
Yeah, I'm up for it.
2 hours. I'm trying to we don't want to go driving for 6 hours, but a little 2-hour blast would be good.
Yeah. No, I'll be happy to. I mean, that's one of the advantages of having the WhatsApp group is that everybody's there, or most of everybody, and we can keep everybody on the same loop. But I'll be game for a drive in the afternoon. Yeah.
Is everyone staying in that same Tribdoor hotel?
There is a couple of guys that didn't got a room, didn't get a room. They left the booking for too long, and the thing was fully booked. But they're staying in a hotel just 5 minutes drive from us, so it's gonna be close anyway.
Did you guys get the club deck for the boat?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. And usually, if somebody comes in and didn't have the book, that we give the access code and happy days. That's no problem.
And also, have you set up the WhatsApp yet? Have you set up one specific for this one?
Yeah, I did already. Yeah.
You can see it.
It's in
Did
the. Yeah. Well, what I wanted to make sure that people read my email about this briefing. So in that email, I asked if you wanted to be part of the group and asked for your number. But I know that you want to be part of that group, so I'll put you straight away. That's no problem. Yeah.
Cool. Good man.
So you're not reading my emails?
I did. I replied to you, sure. I said include me.
Okay. Well, it was my fault then.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
I'm not allowed to say that.
I didn't reply to that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
You can add me as well there, please, Augusto.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So just tomorrow, because I'm coming up from Coventry. Would you want? Will we meet up at the hotel, or where do you want to meet up? What's the plan of action?
Well, it depends. If I think for you, if we're gonna be doing a drive, we're doing a drive in the afternoon, so you can go straight to the hotel.
Yeah. I'll meet you there.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna do any drives from the ferry to the hotel. It's better just to get there and stretch your legs and then have a go.
Yeah. Perfect. Good man.
Any other questions?
Any specific plan for Saturday evening? Like, will we have dinner booked somewhere, or we just fend for ourselves, or what's the crack?
No. I think we should try to. Last year, what we did is the hotel. We stayed in a different hotel, and they want us to have dinner every night, and they gave us an offer, and we ended up doing that. So we had 2 really nice dinners at the hotel we stayed. But that wasn't planned. So what we did was like we were together that Saturday, that Friday, and we just decided what to do. So we can do the same. We just get together at the hotel on Friday, at whatever time we land there, and then we have a look to see if the restaurant, the hotel is good. If it's not, we'll just find something local and we make a booking for everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Gusto,
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
You promised Gordon Ramsay and lap dances. What's going on now? Are you reneging on that?
No, I'm putting my
I hope
foot
he
down.
wasn't planning a Gordon Ramsay lap dancing.
God forbid.
Yeah, I told everybody that this is not gonna be a dictatorship. This is gonna be a democracy. So we'll put together what we want and have a good time. Enjoy ourselves. Yeah. Anything else, guys?
No, okay, that's
Not really,
everything.
no.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Well, don't forget your passport as well, just in case. I don't know how the rules are. Your driver licenses. Check your tire pressures, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Helmets, obviously. Yeah, helmets definitely.
Helmets.
Helmet.
Yeah, helmets. That's a biggie. Everybody has a helmet,
That was
right?
the first thing that went into the car.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you need your passport, Carol?
Yeah, the check
Yeah.
passport. Yeah, they
Oh,
don't look
right,
for
okay.
any booking reference. They just read your reg, compliment the car,
Right.
and they look for the passport. And then you go. My ferry was 2:00 or half two actually, and we probably only boarded about 2:10. So we're literally they threw all the lorries on first and then threw us in. But I was on the smaller boat, the midday boat.
Okay. Yeah. That time works better. That was the one we took last year. But for some reason they don't have it on Friday. So but anyway, happy days. We have the whole afternoon for ourselves anyway. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned the passport. I would have forgotten that completely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. I'll be here. I wanna forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you need anything, I'll be happy to help. You're gonna realize that everybody has a very nice environment when you're on track. You just meet people with big smiles and willing to help you in any way, shape, or form. Again, if you want me to help you jumping in with your car, or you want to jump in my car, it's totally fine. I'll be happy to give you a hand. I'm not an expert in Anglesey, but I can give you some hints and suggestions, and I'm gonna send that email asking you guys about using the coach, which is great. Which is I think we all should use that guy. It's there for us, in the same way that they're giving us the garages, and the same way we have a little room there as well. So this is an event that the club is putting together for our enjoyment, and hopefully it will become a part of the calendar for every year. So I think if we have a good day and everybody see the pictures that we're gonna be posting in the next 72 hours, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people we will want to have the same experience next year. So we'll see how it goes, and again, whatever you need, just let us know.
Great stuff. Thanks, Augusto. Thanks for putting
Okay,
it together.
guys.
And
So can I just make one point you've maybe not touched on that might help everybody? It's Eric, by the way, from the UK. So I'll see everybody on Saturday. And thanks for being able to jump on to this. There hasn't been a reference to towing eyes. It's highly likely you'll need to have a towing eye fitted to the car. So it's worth checking that's with you.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Eric. Thank you very much. It's something that we use here in Ireland as well, and usually never take it out of the car anyway. But it'll be advisable to check if you still have it or not. But yeah,
they may check. Yeah.
Oh, they will check. Anglesey, they wouldn't let you go out without a tow eye fitted. So it's not about having it in the car; it's about having it fitted properly But yeah, it's a good point. Thank you very much, and you're welcome to join us, and hopefully in the future we will have more events with more of you guys.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay,
Great
guys.
stuff.
Bye,
We'll
Max.
see
See
you
you tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.